Oh, it's Big Soprano, and today I'm going to talk about God. So, God rewards adversity, and what adversity means, like struggles in your life, like a big struggle in your life. And I was really struggling back then in my life. So, in 2023, I was down on my luck, like horrible luck, very bad situation I got myself in. I left my friend's house to the shelter because I found my friend's household to be unsafe. And I do not regret it at all because God awards, He rewards adversity. And it was a really bad situation I put myself in because things were really shitty at the trap house with my friend. It fucking sucked over there. It was really terrible. One of the most unstable households I've ever been in my life. Like, period. Fucking sucked. It really sucked. But I do not regret it at all leaving there. Because it was a fucking horrible, abusive place. That fucking sucked. So, after I left my friend's house, I spent 2 months in the shelter. And it really fucking sucked. Like, I don't know what... I'm not sure what was worse. Being in a shelter or living in the trap house. Because in the trap house, you have abusive friends. You have drugs. Abusive friends on drugs. And just shitty people in that house. In a fucking house with no supervision. Just a really shitty fucking place that fucking sucked. And it was fucking horrible there. It really was. But the shelter was really bad too. Like, it really fucking sucked. I was eating shelter food every day. I mean, I'm glad I ate. The food was alright, honestly. So, honestly, it's not a bad thing to eat shelter food. The food wasn't that bad, honestly. But I was hanging with homeless people, like, probably every day. And homeless people, at least not at the shelter. At the shelter, they're honestly not very good people. The people that I met at the shelter, not good people at all. They're sketchy, they're selfish, they're just generally evil, honestly. And they're violent. That's the worst part. I was fearing for my life every single day. And I don't know if I have schizophrenia or not, but I'm just gonna say it as like a buzzword here. But my schizophrenia was really bad in the shelter. I thought people were after me and all that, and it didn't help that I was actually genuinely fearing for my life every single day. And living there was the worst experience of my life. We lived in rooms of 3, so there were 2 other people sleeping in the same room. And the workers treated us like filth in many small ways. Like, they didn't do anything crazy big, but like, one time I met a worker and he put a glove on just to shake my hand. That's just fucking degrading. Honestly, I fucking hate that. Professional people just being pieces of shit in professional ways so they could get away with it. That honestly pissed me off, but I didn't say anything. Like, wow, I'm homeless. Thanks, I already know that. You don't have to make me feel worse about it by putting a glove just to shake my fucking hand. Like, what, you think I put a needle in my arm like 5 minutes before I got into the fucking shelter, you fucking dickhead? Like, fuck that. Fuck that. And I remember, I swear, the workers, like, dressed up as robbers or whatever. And, because these robbers, they were built like the fucking workers there. Like, I have them, like, nailed down. Like, I know what they look like. And I swear, when these workers are off their shift, they put on a mask, wear the same clothes, and come banging at the door with a baseball bat. Like, I don't know what the fuck is their problem, but that genuinely made me fear for my life even more. Like, I swear it's the workers, because, like, they were both built exactly like the higher ups there. Like, not like the CEOs, but, like, a definite, like, higher up in the shelter. and they would just come with baseball bats, and I thought they were gonna beat me up one time, but I thankfully never interacted with those quote unquote robbers, even though I interacted with those fucking workers before, you know. There were many instances of workers treating us like disgusting homeless animals, and I hated it there. I ended up in the psych ward, and I called my little brother, who told me to ask my aunt if I could stay there. So he gave me the number, and I called her, and she said yes. Once I get back from the psych ward, I pack up my clothes and leave. And wow, that was the best decision I've made in my life. So what I mean by God rewards adversity is that I was experiencing the worst period of my life I've ever had, and now I'm living in the most stable household I've ever been. Like, I feel like God rewarded me for having such a shitty time with life, and because now I'm way happier than I was last year in 2023, and it's almost been a year since I first started living with this part of the family, and things are just so much fucking better than it was last year. It's insane. Like, I couldn't be happier. God rewarded me with a stable household after experiencing the roughest patch of my life, and I'm happy to even be alive. I was suicidal and could have got murdered or killed myself in the shelter, but, you know, I experienced all those bad things, and now I don't experience a single bad thing in my day-to-day life. Like, I was genuinely fearing for my life when I was in the shelter, but now I don't have to fear for nobody's life. It's fucking, my life took a complete, like, 180, because, like, now I'm actually living with good people, and I don't have to fear for my fucking life. So, thank you, God, for giving me the life that I needed so badly, but put me through a rough patch to grow as a person. Because honestly, I was a pretty terrible person last year. Honestly, I was doing drugs. I was a bad person. I was violent. Honestly, if I wouldn't have gone through that, I wouldn't have become the person I am today, who is so nice to his family. So, thank you, God. And today's comment of the day is from Jamal01. He said, "Glad you're out of the trap now." Well, thank you, Jamal. I'm glad you care for me, even though we may have not ever met. But I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. But thank you for your words, because your words really do come a long way. I'm very glad I left the trap, because if not, I would have probably overdosed on drugs or found my friend's dead body. And I'm not trying to like be intentionally dark or all that, but I really do appreciate the comment. So thank you. And you've been commenting on here for quite a while, so thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good day, guys.